Welcome to the Great Debaters Contest. This is the Eldoret Review. 2016 has been a great year so far, and it would be a crime for us to let it end without bringing you the best debates from Eldoret region. We have Maina Chege and Major Lango, our very lovely judges. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
You're going to help us dissect Eldoret region. How are you feeling today?
Amazing.
All right, let me borrow your term, amazing.
Amazing?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you remember? What's the most memorable thing from Eldoret region? First things first. What pops up in your mind when I just say Eldoret?
Food. Oh,
As
yeah,
always,
food.
I thought that one would be the first one.
Honestly, Eldoret, they are hospitable. They're always hospitable. And special tribute to my girls, Eldoret. I think they have been a good host all this while, and they've been making us some very delicious food. Maina, what do you think about Eldoret?
Well, for me, the most memorable is that I met legend Kipchoge Keino. Yeah,
right.
and he hosted us in his school, so that was amazing.
Yes, that was so much fun.
Wow, okay.
Kipchoge Keino High School is a wonderful school, by the way.
But I'm surprised for the first time Maina is talking about intellect. I thought he's going to talk about food. You know, that's the most memorable thing.
Are you saying Maina is not intellectual?
No, he's very intellectual, but what comes to his mind first is always food. Anyway, you've done well this time around.
I'm full at the moment.
Okay.
It's okay, just go ahead.
I loved meeting Kipchoge Keino as well, great legend. So let's dive into the matter of the day. Eldoret region has been one of our best regions consistently, and I don't know if this year they performed to our expectations or if they disappointed you. Start. All
right, I'll take it first. Eldoret region, this time round, season 6. I'll not credit them so highly. I think they did far much better in season 5 as opposed to season 6. What happened, I might not really be able to explain. Even some of the champions last season, I think this time around they did not perform very well. I think the high school had a 74% in season 6, but in the previous season we had something higher than a 74. That means the level of debate went slightly low.
If I was to say the one-child policy in one word, I would say it is a policy that is meant to gradually put the human species into the list of extinct creatures. It is a policy that is meant to turn us against what we were obliged by God, that is to multiply and fill the earth, according to Genesis 1:28.
Change is inevitable and it is necessary. That's why Africans, we're supposed to adopt this one-child policy. Now, let's take a situation whereby one-child policy is adopted in Africa. There are many economic and environmental factors and advantages that will accrue to the general economy of our continent.
What debaters need to learn is, always challenge yourself, because you don't know the kind of opponent you're going to meet. And don't be so comfortable, because if you're so comfortable, again, you might not really deliver. So we really want to see the Eldoret that we have always known. Maybe because we changed venues, I don't know. Because we were in a new place. All along, we've been going to a different place, Moi High School, Moi Girls, Eldoret. Yeah. Maybe because this time around we were different schools, so that environment, acclimatization, I'm just supposing, at a new hall, new environment, all the same. Or maybe because they saw the legend and they thought, okay, can I really debate before this legend? We cannot really, presume on what happened, but I think they still have a chance of doing better.
We do acknowledge that climate change may cause death of lives in the world. There are many other issues which may eventually cause our demise. These issues that we have spoken about, the natural calamities, the viruses, though thought small, may lead to the demise of the human race. If we are to survive in this world, let us stand together so that we may fight these other issues that face the world and that may lead to our demise later on.
This climate change is affecting the country, so the only way we have to help this problem, because climate change is affecting our place in a period of, let me say, 35 years. So in that period of 35 years, a lot of changes will take place. Some agricultural sectors are not going to be improved, and some tourism activities also cannot be improved. So we should help solve this problem of climate change so that we may raise the income of our country. As in agricultural environment, we should not import goods, but we should use our own goods from our own farms.
What stood out in Eldoret is the change of the champions. Because we thought, Nairobi has certain constants that we always see, who always fight for the top 5 and the likes. But this time around in Eldoret is quite different, and I think it's what Major is trying to talk about, where the teams didn't sharpen their axe because they thought it was still sharp until new entrants came on board. And so we saw a lot of schools coming on board that hadn't been there as well. Yeah. And they brought their A game as well. I think they were so prepared because they thought, well, we have to fight for these positions. And that's why we had very new faces coming on board, very new teams coming on board, and even scoring very high marks. Even previously, people who had really didn't execute, I mean, as expected. This time around, they came over to give their best. As for the performance in the region, we always have high expectations of Eldoret because they're like the masters of English in a way. But when they came to the debate this time round, well, our expectations were not met. I think we had either high hopes or something different, but we didn't see that coming out.
Okay.
Or could I take Minor to task? When you talk about Masters of English Language, what exactly do you mean? I'm curious.
No. Well, for me, in season 5, I think they spoke very well, especially the Moi girls.
Yeah.
I mean, they spoke very well. I had my dictionary on the side because I was taking notes.
Yeah, by the way, we had schools like Kapsabet. I think Kapsabet is the one that won last season. That's season 5.
Season, absolutely.
But this time around, we had Metkei.
Yeah,
you see, the aspect that we are changing the winners is very important for us.
How can we prove that NEC has failed? And now this is according to the proposals when they support that we should introduce a new test. This is suggesting that students, high school graduates, cannot be enrolled into universities basing on the results they get after doing the KCSE. We need another test for it to be proven that they qualified to join the university. You know, some of us cannot recognize the truth, even if it smacks us right across our faces. Ladies and gentlemen, this test is bringing an economic burden to us as Kenyans. Remember, the Kenyan economy is not at its best point. Now, according to Business Daily, NEC uses close to 1.2 billion in executing the national examinations. The money is used, remember this one is a test. And we have to take papers, we have to buy the papers. We have to print the exam. We have to pay the invigilators. We have to pay the supervisors. We have to transport the papers to the center. We have to pay people who are going to mark these papers. Kenya is facing many problems. People are dying in northern Kenya. Nurses are striking every now and then. Teachers are striking every now and then to an extent that they are almost being called strikers and no longer teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, why can't we put our priorities right?
Let us embrace the standard entrance examination test as a country. See where Oxford is now. See where Cambridge is right now. They are some of the highest ranked universities in the whole world. So, my fellow Kenyans, what have you decided? To me, I go with standard entrance examination should be offered to university graduates. I mean, high school graduates before they join university.
Fellow Kenyans, it is high time that we came together and reason. For our destiny offers not a cup of despair, but a chalice of opportunities. That makes me call upon all Kenyans to rise to the occasion and work hard to stop this cover-up nonsense. There is no way that people do injustice in the Kenya National Examination Council and want to cover it up in the name of a pre-university test. We are not going to take that. Injustice suffers justice. And all that has been done, all injustices that have been done in the Kenya National Examination Council must be brought to book.
Never be too comfortable. I think I've used that term a number of times. You know, don't come thinking that I'm going to be the winner because you don't know what the other school did when they lost the debate previously. Also, Moi girls, I think I always have a lot of expectations from the school because of the manner in which they have been presenting themselves and debating previously. And I think, therefore, this season round, they need to sharpen, using a metaphor, their axe before they come for the debate. Yeah.
I do not see the need for you to give me information which I actually do not need, only for it to infringe on my rights as a citizen, only for it to cause national insecurity, that I may live in tension, that I may live in fear, that there will be no peace. As Kenyans, we need to regulate this media. You see, if you give me 8 hours to cut a tree, I will spend the first 6 hours sharpening my axe. Now, if you ask me to have 8 hours to curb national insecurity, my dear friends, I will spend 6 of those hours regulating the media.
Kenyans, 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 Kenyans. Why do we let ourselves be blinded by lies? Why don't we want to find the real truth behind everything that happens? We only want what is aired that makes us happy. We need to know the truth. We need to know the truth to know where we lie. We need to know the truth to go and work even better, to even work harder to become better people in life. It's high time we stop this. It's high time we start reasoning out. It's just high time we accept that this unregulated media is not a threat to national security. It helps us to be patriotic and helps us to achieve better things in life.
I woke up today morning with a dream that Africa will be raising its flag high due to success and for success, only to find it was indeed a dream that is going to be buried alive if we leave this stage and you have not made it clear to you that we must, even if we start now, adopt the one-child policy. So, as they say, there is joy in knowing Christ, and I say in an affirmative proposal, there is joy in adopting the one-child policy.
I thought the story of the lost sheep is only found in the Bible, but I was wrong. We have lost Africans in the house. Black is the color of African, a true African like me, who understands the meaning of freedom and liberty in this 21st century. And as I look at you, I don't find you being light-skinned or have the European complexion. Then why are you trying to betray our continent? We are Africans. I can't wait for the day when my 10+ children will come calling me mommy. And I pity he in that trouser who wishes to have one child for an offspring. We have to flow with the current. Africa, we have to flow with the current. True to self, true to nature, true to Africa.
Metke girls, like you've mentioned, coming in as what I'd call an underdog, but they really surprised us and they did very well in that region. What do you think could have contributed to that? And just for new entrants in general who might be in Eldoret and they want to participate next year, how can they be able to come in as strangers, as new people, and shoot to the top and probably even win the region? What do you think helped them with that?
In my perspective, losing is a painful thing, but it's also a challenge. I remember when I was in high school, we loved competing. And you love losing, especially when you're nearing the end of your exams, because you know that if you lose, you're going to work harder. And I think that's the same mathematics that I think is working in the lives of these other debaters. Because if you lose the season or if you lose the round of debate, then you're going to sit down and you're going to look at where you went wrong. And even for the new entrants, you know, these people are watching these programs on TV. They're going to the YouTubes looking at the programs and possibly trying to make it better. You know, as you make it better, you do not have maybe a bar. You're just trying to be the best that you are. And the other team possibly is not doing exactly that. And that means when you come to the stage, you're going to be far much better. However, I'll not expect maybe from Eldoret region, the top school, to have 74%. I'll expect something better than 74%. And 80+, it will be, I think, a commendable job from Eldoret region. Because there's some regions that we have gone there before. We have worked with them for a long time, and they're producing quality debates. So for Eldoret region, maybe come this season, I expect something more than 82%. Yeah.
Myra, do you feel the same?
Well, we expect higher marks, and we always hope not to go down. It's rare. We haven't hit the 90s this time around.
Yeah,
and we hope this season we didn't see the 90s like the previous
Last time
season.
I think we saw in...
we had some 90s.
Yeah, we had some 90s,
which was amazing. For Metke, I would say this is the exact expectation that we always have. And this is also an encouragement to schools that have not participated before, and schools that maybe may feel we are not as huge or we don't have this title.
True, because Metke is very remote.
Absolutely.
And it's almost, they describe it as almost impossible to get to.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's in itself is an encouragement to those schools that want to shy away and say, we are not a national school, we're not a provincial school or something, you know, those ratings. Everybody here has a chance. As long as you can debate and give your best and follow the rules given in, you can shine. And so for me, Met-K was more of an encouragement to the entire country, actually, and to all the schools that want to participate, that, listen, you don't have to have this particular big name or anything of that sort. You can always come. And that's not to discourage the big names as well. You're telling them that, listen, there are guys watching you, and they might come over and, you know, hit you hard. You know, it's I think debate is like a game. Just come prepared.
My, oh my. You can remove the village, you can remove a girl from a village, but you can never remove the villageness in her. Similarly, you can introduce non-African policies to an African, but you can never remove the Africanism in him. We have African blood, not European blood. So why should we practice neocolonialism? Our fathers did not fight for our independence for us to come and betray it. Remember, mwachamila ni mtumwa. If we adopt the one-child policy, people, this will lead to imbalance in the sex ratio. Come to think of it, I'm given only one chance to give birth to a child. I'm in desperate need of a son. Tell me, what happens if actually I conceive a girl? What happens? Sex-selective abortion occurs.
My audience, since when was only one-child policy the only solution to the population in Africa? One thing I have to say is, overpopulation is one of the most serious problems in Africa. It is true. I want to make it clear that I do not object, but the problem is this. Using one-child policy has its own side effects, but I have my own solutions to the overpopulation problem. It is not that we really have to embrace this one-child policy in order to solve the overpopulation problem in Africa. No, it is not overpopulation. We have other ways, and women empowerment is just one of the solutions.
Fair enough. Out of the usual aspects that you judge with research and their style and their presentation, how they look themselves, their mastery of language, their mastery of the topic, what do you feel they scored highest on, Eldoret in general as a region? And what also do you feel was lacking and they need to work on? Of course, this might not be everybody, but... Okay,
I can take it first. I'll not really say style. The strength of Eldoret region is not in style. We still do not see the the variety of styles. I think there's a
uniformity almost of style in Eldoret.
Yeah.
Almost everyone ranges around the same. First of all, there's no big gaps in the scores, and then there's also not a lot of variety when it comes to characters. Yeah. But I could be wrong.
No, it's true. You're very true. You're very right, and that's the problem. We need maybe a school to shine, and maybe you need to work on your style of delivery, something that will make you unique. You know, when you talk about Light Academy, there is a unique style that you expect. You know, not this soft-spoken guy, but this guy who is a bit loud, and nearly all of them. And loud does not mean shouting. Yeah, very, very, very conspicuous. You talk about Starehe, unique style. You talk about the girls of Riara, unique style. And I think that is what we expect. You need to define yourself so that when we see, we call it idiosyncrasy. When we see you, we see something unique about you. And I think they need to work so much on that. Content, again, it was not that well. The aspect of research, I'll not really credit them for doing a good job. It was not very well done. Yeah, so I think they have a lot they have to do. And I don't know why season 6 was a bit low for them, because season 5 was far much better than season 6. Season 5, Kapsabet Boys, in terms of content, in terms of style, they were just awesome. But come this year around again, there's a bit of fluctuation. So we just need consistency in terms of style, in terms of content analysis, even execution. We just need a unique style that will define Eldoret region. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree. And for me, in all the 5 categories that we check on, I think they all scored an average. There wasn't that outstanding, like we would say in previous regions. You can tell there's a style here that we can't see. So there wasn't that uniqueness that we could draw out and say this is just Eldoret this time round. Well, in the previous season, we could say that they were very good at their language, but this time round it wasn't as much as was expected. So my dictionary wasn't put in use on the site, though. But we hope that they will not kill that, and we hope that they can still proceed on even in the next season. So average for all the particular categories that I would say.
First of all, gender equality is not a matter of girls only. It's not a matter of female. It's a matter of bringing both male and female to acquire all equal chances and opportunities so that they can bring our Africa to greater heights. That means gender equality is not specifically directed towards the female. It's not directed towards the male. It is both gender. So the world of humanity is like a plane. A plane has 2 wings. So is our society. Our society is made up of the male and female. That is the two wings of Africa.
Men are the dominant species, right? Wrong. This is because in these efforts to create gender empowerment, we are now oppressing the male species. That is why you have associations like MAWE. Well, MAWE simply means Men Against Women Empowerment. You should have seen that. So we are engaging in a back and forth game. We are empowering women, we're again empowering men. Let's stop this rot. Let's simply let nature do its course.
Once I heard that Kambas are the only people in this country that can blend three colors, green, pink, and yellow in a statement to make sense. Example, when my phone greens, I pink it up and I say yellow. That is an example of an ethnic joke. Ethnic jokes are remarks attempting humor, which focus mostly on racial, ethnic, and communities. And most of the time, they use stereotypes as their punchline. What is a stereotype? A stereotype is a wide-held, under or oversimplified statement that views a group or a certain portion of a people. And mostly, mimicry. They're used for mimicry. What is comedy? The funny or amusing part of something. What is to outlaw? Simple. To make it illegal, or rather, to do away with something.
Who doesn't want to laugh? Is there anyone who doesn't want to laugh? I believe not. For instance, if I brought right this moment Daniel Dambuki, famously known as Churchill, I know most of you will laugh at first sight even before he starts his jokes. Why? Ethnic jokes. These ethnic jokes, they make people laugh. I also laugh. But not everyone laughs for the sense of humor in these jokes. Some laugh as a way of indirectly saying that we are better than you. For example, they say that Luo is a software, just download it. Kalenjin is a race, you just run it. Kikuyu is an account, you just open it. Luya is a disease, eat too much and you will contract it. Well, walk with me down this line of thought. The Luo man is seen as superior than that Luya. I am a Luya personally, and I do not possess some of these traits of eating. I do not. But you will get that Luya person feeling, how come my own personal tribe is a disease, yet this person is a software? Surely.
Thank you very much. I think that's it for Eldoret region. Yeah. Thank you for your sentiments. Eldoret, you've heard it from the judges. It's time to find your niche and your own unique style of debate. But of course, we love you and we cannot wait to be back next year. Thank you at home for watching and taking the time to be with us. This has been the Great Debaters Contest, Eldoret Review. I am your host, Mariam Bishar.